Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful feeling that it's time to let go. To let go of stress. To let go of worries. And to release any tension that may be there, subtly, there hiding in muscle tissue, in tendons, in facial expressions that aren't needed right here. So breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation and feel that release as that which does not serve you feels like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. As you scan your body for any clues of tension or stress or worries, just acknowledge that all tension is natural. Without tension, it's impossible to talk or stand. Without stress, it's not possible to make a decision. But too much tension and too much stress just isn't necessary. And here, in this moment, as you breathe in and breathe out, that tension and stress is no longer needed. So use the power of your imagination to imagine an island with white sand and still waters. And I wonder if you could imagine being on a beach just before sunset. Feel the air is warm and inviting. Feel a sense of tranquility and calm, like you're the only one on that sunset beach. Breathing in not just a sense of relaxation, but imagine breathing in a wonderful feeling of healing. I want you to get a sense that at a biological and cellular level, there is always something the body can heal. Cells change, proteins degrade and get replaced. The body is constantly changing. So just imagine finding a place on that beach to deeply relax as you imagine breathing in a wonderful feeling of healing. Feel perhaps healing, bright white light going in through the nose. And as you exhale, just imagine something grey, something dark leaving your body in that outward breath. And then look out over the sea and start to notice the waves gently breaking there on the shore. Breathing in that healing white light, but now feeling a wonderful sensation that the sunset is melting away any remaining tension in your body. That's it. There's still enough sun in the sky to see the full beach. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine walking down by the beach until you find a collection of rocks where rocks meet the shore. And as you look, you can see some of those shellfish you find whenever there's rocks and rock pools with that seawater. And maybe you can see crabs of all species, hermit crabs living in shells used by other creatures, normal crabs scurrying and hiding in the nooks and crevices of the rock pools. But I want you to find an oyster shell. I want you to imagine seeing an oyster shell that is partially opened. The oyster long since gone, and as you open the oyster shell, see a bright, shining, precious pearl. And as you hold the pearl there in your fingers, start to think of how that pearl was created. Going back in time to when the oyster was living under the water, and something undesirable found its way there in the oyster's shell. A small stone, a bit of grit. Something undesirable found its way in the shell. But the oyster has a protective mechanism, and gradually enzymes are built around the grit to create a sealant to stop the friction causing any damage to the oyster. Imagine just one level. It gets built around the grit and then becomes hard. As you see the very beginning stages of a pearl. And then over time another layer is created. And almost imagine a pearl as an onion growing in layers, layer upon layer, that creates a valuable, precious pearl. And I want you to imagine holding on to that pearl and finding a place to relax on that beach. A place where you could drift off into a dreamlike sleep, still holding the pearl in your hand. That's it. And when you found that place to relax there on the beach, let me know by nodding your head. That's it, and make yourself comfortable there on that beach. As you open your mind to yet more healing, I want you to imagine perhaps a symphony of music being played there from the beach. Each member of an orchestra playing different musical instruments, each musical note providing a healing frequency that is just bouncing off every cell in your body. So as you breathe in and breathe out, holding that pearl, allowing frequencies, the visual frequency of the yellows, oranges and reds of the sunset, the musical frequency, even the sound around you, all positively washing over your body, healing every cell. As you get a sense that every cloud can have a silver lining, and just like the oyster, good things can come from something undesired and unwanted. So as you rest there on the beach, feel immense pride in your body's ability to heal naturally, without the need for surgery or chemicals. You are grateful for that diagnosis, feeling that it has brought you a renewed sense of mindfulness and appreciation for life. Already you know that each day you find joy in the small things, appreciating the beauty and simplicity of life. That it's helped to shift conversations and communication in a positive direction, creating a ripple effect by spreading hope and positivity. And each and everything there is to be grateful for feels like it's creating a barrier around something that isn't desirable, that itself is creating something valuable. Embrace a new perspective on life, valuing what truly matters. Notice how you've already reevaluated your priorities, focusing on what brings true happiness and fulfillment while on your healing journey. Imagine the location of the tumour, and imagine each thought creates a new protective barrier around it, like a pearl being created inside an oyster. Notice how you can deeply appreciate the relationships, friendships, and connections in your life. How easy it is to cherish each and every one. Continue to imagine a beautiful pearl forming around the tumour, symbolizing the value and lessons gained from this experience. That it becomes difficult not to believe that good things can and do come from undesirable circumstances, embracing the positive transformation. And notice that when you think about your future, you can envision a future where you are healthy, happy, and at peace, knowing that this reality feels more than just a possibility. Memories of the past, anticipation is the future, but notice how more and more often you enjoy staying present and fully in the moment. That this state of mindfulness enables you to truly appreciate even something as simple as a flower or a pleasant smell. You feel a deep sense of inner peace, knowing that your body is healing and that you are on the right path. You feel empowered and strong, confident in your body's natural ability to heal and regenerate. And when you wake up each day gravitating towards gratitude for the very gift of life, embracing each day with a positive and warm mindset. Notice how you can visualize your body healing, seeing every cell vibrant and healthy, contributing to your overall well-being. Each thought of healing is contributing to the healing journey itself. Feel that you are surrounded with positive energy, allowing it to flow through you and support your healing day by day. As you appreciate the strength you can draw from your supportive connections, feeling the love and encouragement of those around you. But self-care and kindness starts with you. As you feel it is not a chore but a joy to nurture your body, mind, and spirit every day. In many ways, a pearl is evidence of resilience, building something strong around something that was never requested. So embrace resilience and hope, knowing that you have the strength to overcome any challenge. See that future where you are thriving, full of energy, and enjoying those important moments in life. And look how far you've come as you recognize the lessons and growth that have already come from this experience, feeling even more grateful for the journey. You can create an oasis in a desert just with a thought, because you have the ability to create moments of calm and relaxation, allowing your body to rest and heal naturally, trusting in positive outcomes knowing that your body is working harmoniously to restore health. You find joy in connecting with others, strengthening your relationships and building new, meaningful connections as you continue to see layer upon layer of a pearl being built around the tumour, celebrating every step of your healing journey, feeling proud of your progress, and committed to your continued well-being. I want you to imagine arriving back home and realizing you still have the pearl, and realizing you never sought permission from the pearl, but the pearl in your hand is now a representation of the pearl built around the tumour. So imagine finding an envelope, putting the pearl in the envelope, and writing an address of a post office for that island. Grateful, but at the same time communicating that this thing is no longer yours to keep, and it can return from wherever it came. Imagine posting that letter, trusting that it is finding its way back to wherever it came from. And now it's time for you to return to the present moment as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.